Get down. Get up. Get up. I'm scared.
Mr. Greene was, to some degree, even though he had just finished leading police officers on a lengthy and high-speed chase, his inclination at that particular point was to acquiesce to what the officers wanted.
Let me see your hands. Put your hands behind your back, bitch. Give me your fucking hands. Put your hands behind your back. Taser. Put your hands behind your back. Behind your back. You're about to get it again if you don't put your fucking hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. I'm sorry.
What's problematic for me is that Mr. Greene is now left on the ground, on his stomach, handcuffed in a prone position. And officers are trained throughout the United States that once there's a struggle of this nature, the individual's handcuffed, that you need to push him off onto his side or get him in a sitting position so you can allow that breathing to be unimpeded by his own body weight.
This guy ain't got fucking AIDS.
And that didn't happen for at least, based on my calculation, 9 minutes, where Mr. Greene was left alone. And then when he wasn't left alone and he tried to get over onto his side, another trooper pushed him down using his foot against the lower back and buttocks of Mr. Greene. And I didn't understand that. There was absolutely no reason for that. Mr. Greene is now left.
The news in you, north, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. 49-year-old Ronald Greene was tased, beaten, and left to die by troopers in Louisiana. And what makes it so crazy about this case? The press is just now, in May the 19th of 2021, releasing this footage. And something really, really crazy. That's 2 years late, family, because it's systematic. People work together. Some people work together without even knowing each other. They work together because of race, not because of right and wrong, but because of race. In the news report, it goes on to say, on May the 5th, 2019, a man that led police on a high-speed chase was left to die after being beat and tased with a stun gun. Crazy, right? Now I have one problem. The press waited 2 years to release the footage. In the video, you can hear 49-year-old Ronald Greene tell white troopers, "I'm your brother. I'm scared." This happened outside of Monroe, Louisiana, on a dark, rural road. And my mother's from Monroe, Louisiana, back in the sticks. They lived on a plantation. A white man shot my grandfather's brother because he refused to work. So I do have some knowledge of Monroe, Louisiana, and the racism that follows this systematic place. And it goes on to say, the trooper told his family that he died in a car crash when he hit a tree during the chase. That was the first lie they told. The second lie they said, he died on his way from the hospital after a struggle with the state troopers. So now they have two conflicting stories. But when you have the power and the law in your hand, you can conflict your stories. And when you're used to getting away with it. But sooner or later, the rubber has to meet the road. But in a new video that has now surfaced, it shows one of the troopers wrestle Mr. Greene to the ground and put him in a chokehold as he punches him in the face. And while he's doing that, another trooper calls Ronald Greene a stupid motherfucker. Ronald Greene can be heard saying, "I'm sorry," as another trooper tases him with a stun gun. Another trooper is also seen dragging him after he was handcuffed and his legs shackled, dragging him by his ankles. So they worked him over pretty good. They worked him good enough that also an article said when they put him in the ambulance, he was bleeding from his face and his head. So that means they gave him flashlight therapy, billy club therapy, boot therapy. They gave him all the above. And it goes on to say, instead of aiding him, the troopers left him face down and unattended, moaning for 9 minutes as they wiped blood off their hands and as they wiped blood off their hands and other body parts, and saying, I hope this guy ain't got no fucking AIDS. Also, these troopers cut off their microphone, and it was 6 troopers. Now, when you think about it, 6 people, you handcuffed, leg shackled, they could actually kill you. You could actually die from people stomping on you and hitting you with flashlights and billy clubs and stun guns. And he was a heavy-set brother. So, family, this thing is sickening to the fullest. It says, and some had their body cameras even turned off. And the nail in the coffin, or the icing on the cake, is that the state police brass, the HIC, the head in charge, said it was awful but lawful. Now, you be the judge, and you let me know. Is that awful and lawful, or is it just plain right awful to do that to an unarmed man just because he was scared and ran from the police, or the troopers as they call it in Louisiana? But they hid it, because you got to think about it. May 2019, it's going down. The press even hid it. So do you understand the tumult against black people? The Bible even says it. They have came up with a tumult against my people. They have all come together to destroy my people. And my people are helping them, because we're too busy being busybodies instead of worrying about things that matter the most until it hits home. When it hits home, you're going to be singing that sad song, and I ain't going to want to hear it until you decide to fight and speak on things that should be spoken on. And with that, I'm going to say, this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.